Hello, Army of Light, Earth Division. Shawna L. Francis here. Today is November 26th, 2022. Hope everybody had a good holiday. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Took a couple of days off from the Ascension Daily Update. So thanks so much for coming back and joining me for today's Ascension Daily Update. And this is with Melchizedek today. Just doing some packing here. You can see kind of things are getting put away. I've got movers coming in a couple of days to move everything into my new floating home. So I'm packing like a crazy person, and I've had some help, which has been really nice. Getting things done, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about where I'm at. I have a lot of things coming from my dad's house that I've inherited. So that will be the first thing to get picked up Tuesday morning, and then that will all come to my new place. Then we'll hit this place, and then we go to the new place. So it'll be a big day. I don't expect to be making a video on Tuesday for that reason. Yesterday, Melchizedek, I actually meditated for quite a bit, but I went into channel and to just talk with these guys, and they said, no messages for today, just keep focused on your packing, and everything you want to get done. So there really is no information to share from yesterday. And then today, quite an emotional exchange with them. Also, what's really been happening is I'm really feeling them drop into my entire system when they get ready to channel. Like today, it happened twice. They came in early on in the meditation, and I felt their presence almost like lock into my aura. Just they came, it kind of was buzzy, and then just kind of popped into place. And I'm feeling their presence down from my solar plexus all the way up to my third eye. And it just made me grin from ear to ear just to feel that and to know what that is. And to be okay with it. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. But the channeling, challenging stuff. So I'll get into this, but anyway, and I think it was about an hour and a half that I spent with them today. So quite a bit of time trying to juggle kind of the packing and all this good stuff with the spiritual side. And so far so good, as I said. So I'll go ahead and get into this. And again, I'm still trying to process what was said today, to be quite honest. And so kind of like the first time here where I'm working with Melchizedek, where I'm actually questioning, like, how much of this should I share? I really been sharing almost everything besides, personal questions that I have. But I think now more than ever, I need to trust, and I need to be fearless and go with it. So that's what I'm going to do. It wasn't a long one here. So I had talked about, when I said, okay, hi Melchizedek, I'm feeling so good. I'm really feeling you in place here, and it's feeling really natural, and it's feeling important. It's feeling good. It's feeling high vibration. And they said, thank you, Shawna, for that. This is Melchizedek. We are happy and honored to be joined with you in this way, connected deeply, enmeshed in your field and in your psyche. Yeah, that definitely feels like they are enmeshed in my psyche. And then they continue here. We will need this closeness to be able to deliver the messages that are forthcoming, dear one. We know that you know this. We are just here to reinforce these messages one more time so that there is no mistaking what it is you're doing, what you're preparing for, and what is coming. And also, as we've mentioned, this will be difficult. These concepts will be very challenging for people to hear. It'll be challenging for you, dear one, to hear what's been going on. It will be challenging as you begin to realize the role that you played in architecting some of these programs. I'll keep going. We've said this before, and we'll say it again. We know what you've done, Shawna. You as a singularity in different incarnations and different realms, and still we love you. We support you unconditionally. This is the true spirit of unconditional love in action with you. And I just started bawling at this today. I channeled late. This has just been a few hours ago. So it's before the mind, right? If I try to overthink this and try to analyze it, and I'm just like, what is going on here? You know, but when they said this is the true spirit of unconditional love and action, I felt that. I felt it so deep, and it just made me cry. You know, and they've said, we know what you know, you may not have any recollection of what you've done, but we do, we know. So they've said that already a few days ago. They reiterated it again today. And I have to say, it feels a little harsh. You know, these words feel a little too really direct. And it surprises me a bit that it's so direct. And I'm reminded, you know, of how they talk with Paul Selig when he's channeling their books, you know, and they don't, you know, they, here he goes interrupting again. We wish that he wouldn't, you know, they don't tend to mince words. And I'm sure I'll be learning more about what, you know, what I say my role, but, you know, I don't really, you know, and I said this to them. I said, thank you, Melchizedek, for that. However, I really don't know what I've done. I don't really feel like it's me. I can understand it, you know, being from a past life or something, and that it's going to be negative and destructive and awful, you know, but really I said, I'm excited to, and honored to be able to understand what's been happening and to be able to share these things and to help make reparations for it. You know, a few weeks ago, they talked about this, me making reparations for what I've done. You know, I don't really, at least where I sit right now in this chair talking to you guys, I don't have a deep connection. Plus, I don't even know what it is, to be quite honest, but to like me as a reptilian 200,000 years ago, I'm working through this in the halls of a Menti, but it's slow going. You know, I still feel like, you know, even then I was in lesson, you know, and I'm not in judgment. You know, I think, you know, I do feel like the karmic balancing that needs to happen will probably require that you know, I feel some remorse or, you know, responsibility here. You know, the reparations they're talking about, you know, the balancing of karma, usually it requires that you have some remorse and you feel, you know, you feel the empathy there. You feel bad for what happened. So I don't know. I'm really trying to work through this in real time. And, you know, and at the same time, really trying to explain to you guys how I'm feeling and what's been going on. So more to come for sure. They said, yes, dear one, be present with us. This is healthy for you to be feeling into the words here. The remorse and the compassion and the empathy that you may, at least conceptually, understand through our work together will help propel you to the next level. And I can also see how this could be important in me really owning this role and giving 100% of myself to it, really feeling this work. And then they continue here. This is about humanity and the ability to feel with your heart, breathe with your heart, live with your heart, and lead with your heart. All of these things culminating right into this tiny little heart space of yours, and then blasting out rays of beautiful light, of love, heart connecting, dear, heart connections with others. People will feel this on such a deep level. This connection and this knowing, and this is why the words that you'll be saying will be so difficult, because the truth will be felt. So I'm needing to understand this at a deep level, the truth of this, my role in previous or concurrent incarnations, architecting these programs, they said. This is it's just so much already. I haven't even learned yet what it is, and it's already feeling like a lot. And I said, I'm honored to be helpful and in service in this way. And they said, yes, child, it will be so. It will be so. And then we paused to do some energy work, and that was about an hour and 15 minutes of energy work there. Again, just in my field. I'm really, kind of holding more of a neutral space. I'm not trying to do anything here. I'm just really just being in the moment. And then they told me when they were going to come back. They said, thank you, Shawna. What we're going to be telling you is not going to sit well with you. So they keep going with this. It's going to challenge you on many levels. We understand that we've said this to you before, but this is really the truth of it, Shawna. Challenging on so many levels, not just for you, but for anybody who comes into contact with your messages. We're working collectively with the field, the larger field, not just the lightworker field that you're a part of, but the larger collective field for humanity. In terms of readiness for these messages. There's only so much we can do. The time is right. The energies are the best they're going to be in terms of relaying this information to a mass audience. The fact of the matter is, we just need to start somewhere. Disclosure is already happening. Many are talking about the reptilian influence and the devastation and the debauchery. So some of this won't be surprising, but some will. It's going to be difficult to hear, Shawna, and it's going to be difficult to share, but you do have everything you need to be able to walk this path confidently. You've done well, my child, preparing for these times. We'll continue to prepare for 2 to 4 more weeks to be able to bring forth the information as streamlined as possible so that it may be digestible. Please continue to do what you're doing. Be mindful of your food, your sleep, your meditation, your state of mind, your state of emotions. Leading with your heart, having an open heart, grace and ease, dear one, faith and trust. We will be marching right along. Everything will fall into place. All right. I said, that's wonderful. Is there anything else? And they said, we ask that everybody just continue to be focused on their light, focused on the bigger picture, and not to succumb to fear. Ease and grace for all of you. Continue to hold the torch high. All right, and that's where they ended it. So, yeah, I think they've made it really clear that there's been some awful, awful things going on. I have some karmic balancing to do here, and that my guides have told me for a long time that I have a long and storied past with reptilians. When I first started working with Melchizedek, before I started making the Ascension daily updates, they were alluding to these dark times coming and some of this stuff and, about my mission being really large. And I said, please, can you just tell me what this is about? And they said, you wouldn't believe us if we told you. And they still really haven't, but it sounds like in 2 to 4 weeks, mid to late December, we'll be getting more into this. Okay, well, we are just rolling along, team. I hope you're doing wonderful. Hope you're enjoying a nice long weekend if you've got that going on. Tomorrow, yeah, I expect to be able to make another video and check in with all of you. We'll see what they've got to say. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Mwah.